For over 1,000 years, the Spanish language and Hispanic heritage have carried stories, values, and traditions that now live at the very heart of America. From one generation to another, from field to factory, from classrooms to boardrooms, Hispanic people have been building the soul of this nation. In music, their rhythms shape the sound of jazz, pop, and hip-hop. In film and television, their stories light up the screen. In art, food, language, and literature, Hispanic culture colors the very identity of America. Hispanic Americans are scientists and soldiers, educators and entrepreneurs, dreamers and doers. From those who labor silently in the fields to those who lead in Congress and Fortune 500 companies, their contribution knows no bounds. Philanthropy United and the Dallas Latino Cultural Center want to come together with a long overdue message of gratitude. Guided by Bob Hopkins and the spirit of philanthropy understood, we honor Hispanic philanthropists whose giving spirit has transformed lives in Dallas and beyond. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we gather to celebrate those who remind us that giving, in all its forms, is the heartbeat of humanity. Each of our honorees has made the world brighter through art, culture, compassion, and service. So let's begin our journey of inspiration. Tonight, we begin our journey through passion, culture, and giving with Flamenco Fever, Dallas's premier flamenco dance company, where passion meets precision. Its visionary director, Julia Alcántara, a proud Texan who studied at the National Institute of Flamenco in New Mexico, has danced across 90 cities with the Dallas Opera and even at the World Cup opening ceremonies. Together with her husband and creative partner, Charles Johnson, she builds human connection through dance, reminding us that friendship and joy live beyond screens. Her dream? A community that celebrates togetherness through art, culture, and rhythm. And let's raise our hearts and our hands for Julia Alcántara and Flamenco Fever. Ole! We honor a woman whose heart bridges two nations. In 1967, Clara Hinojosa arrived in Dallas as a young bride, leaving a lively Mexican home of 11 children for a quiet new world. Missing the music, colors, and poetry of her homeland, she realized that many here had never experienced Mexico's true soul. So she created the Mexico Institute, a gift of culture, art, and understanding for all of us. And through her passion, Dallas learned to see Mexico not through stereotypes, but through spirit. With love for her late husband, Hector, her children, and her community, we celebrate a lifetime of grace, beauty, and bridge building. Viva Mexico! Next, we celebrate a man whose hands build homes and whose heart builds hope. Franklin Ortega. He's a true servant leader in Pleasant Grove. He empowers families and strengthens neighborhoods through Pleasant Grove Unidos. With his wife Tanya Ware by his side, Franklin turns compassion into purpose, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. His dream is a self-reliant, united community where every neighbor stands tall together. So let's honor a man whose leadership inspires the next generation to serve. Franklin Ortega, a builder of heart and humanity. Tonight we honor a family whose story celebrates unity, faith, and love across generations. Meet Nancy Urias, born Nancy Carol Hopkins, my favorite sister, of English and Irish descent, who through her marriage to Rodolfo Rudy Urias Sr. became part of a remarkable Mexican-American legacy. Rudy's parents, Fernando and Pilar Urias, came from Mexico to Tucson, Arizona in 1956. Fernando, a proud U.S. Army paratrooper in World War II, taught his children to serve with courage and humility. And that legacy continues through generations. Elena, just 13, already leads classmates through volunteer work and service projects. Christian, recently promoted to sergeant in the U.S. Air Force, carries the family's values into his mission abroad. And their parents, Amy and Brandon, and their aunt Lisa, with her children, nurture children who live by the same principles of compassion and accountability. Though Rudy Jr. and Christy are gone too soon, their spirit lives on through every act of kindness this family shares. So from Tucson to Dallas, the Urias Baltieres, Urias Lopez, and Urias Rawls families remind us that philanthropy begins at home. A standing ovation for the Urias family, a living legacy of culture, compassion, and community. From the border town of Nogales, Arizona, comes a woman whose life bridges two worlds, Cindy Soto Kane. She grew up bilingual and bicultural, seeing the world through both Mexican and American eyes. Her heart beats to the rhythm of art, food, and fiesta, celebrating diversity through company and connection. Cindy reminds us that Hispanic heritage is not just identity. It's the generation of spirit. It's the generosity of spirit. Let's celebrate her story, a beautiful dance between two cultures. Viva la mujer hispana! Now we turn to a man who transforms gratitude into opportunity. Let me introduce you to Gustavo Hinojosa. We call him Gus. Gus, inspired by his parents' belief in education, established a scholarship in their name, ensuring that hardworking students can chase the dream of college. His passion for history has led him to co-found another organization, the Mexican American Museum of Texas, a landmark project preserving the stories and contributions of generations before us. And through his leadership, Gus reminds us all, leave every space better than when you found it. And he has, leaving a legacy of learning and love. Next, meet Elizabeth Liz Salas Renfro. Born and raised in East Dallas, one of 8 children in a small home overflowing with love and laughter. In her Hispanic family, generosity wasn't taught. It was lived. And for more than 23 years as a real estate agent, Liz has helped families not just find houses, but build homes. And with her husband by her side, Mel, she supports causes across Dallas, from the NFL charity events to the Ferguson Road Initiative and White Rock Center of Hope. Liz believes giving is about heart, humility, and hope, and she shows up every time with all three. A heartfelt appreciation for Elizabeth Liz Salas Renfro. And now we close our celebration with a woman whose grace and generosity inspire everyone around her. Margot Ramirez Keys. Margot embodies strength, compassion, and community leadership. Her heart for giving is matched only by her warmth toward people. She has supported countless initiatives that compose or that empower families, uplift neighborhoods, and celebrate heritage. Tonight, we also share a special greeting from her loving husband, Jim Keys, whose words reflect the deep admiration and pride that they share for one another. Together, they remind us that behind every act of giving is love, pure, unwavering love. And let's honor and celebrate Margot Ramirez Keys, a true light of humanity and philanthropy.
Congratulations, Margot, on this important recognition. I'm very proud of you, but not surprised, you see, because when I first met you, I was, of course, attracted to your beauty, but I soon fell in love with your beautiful soul. That makes you such a giving and important philanthropist. So, Margot, there's one more thing I want to share. Margot, eres el amor de mi vida y el viento bajo mis alas.